guys, welcome to the premiere recap of Dancing with the Stars. I've been waiting for this. Alright, so we gotta start off by saying happy 30th birthday to I Love to Sing. Okay, Brooke Burke is back as the co-host with Tom Bergeron, and let's just say, really, Brooke? They don't need to put Tom Bergeron in open neck trousers because he's actually good. I'm just sorry, I'm just so tired of Brooke Burke. Alright, so little wipeout alert on the stairs. There's always someone every season, almost every show. Margaret Cho almost wiped out. She had a good recovery though. Judges, again, same old usual suspects. Carrie Ann, Len Bruno. Wish they'd get a new replacement in there somewhere. Any of them, all of them. Alright, so Audrina, Patridge, and Tony Dovolani were first with their cha-cha. I was really pleasantly surprised because I thought she might have been a deer in the headlights, but she really pulled it off, and she was nervous, she was first, but it was really a great performance for her. 19 for them. Alright, so Kurt Warner and Anna Trebunskaya up next. He's got 7 kids. I can't believe it. That's crazy. Who has like 7 kids anymore? Alright, so they did a Viennese waltz. He was really trying. He had a great attitude. He actually looked like he was having fun. He might have actually had fun, but he was totally a bear in the swamp. I think he's got some potential, though. I'm going to have to agree with Carrie Ann. They ended up with a 19. Kyle Massey and Lacey Schwimmer. I had no idea who Kyle Massey was before the show. And I gotta say, for their cha-cha, they had fantastic energy. He was like on fire. He was a crowd pleaser. He was 110% fun. The routine, though, a little light on the dancing. A smile will get you pretty far on this show, so that was a good bet that they made it high energy and everything like that. So kudos to them. They got a 23. Up next, Rick Fox, who is incredibly tall, and Cheryl Burke, who is incredibly short. They had a Viennese waltz, and it wasn't just any Viennese waltz. It was a super sexy Viennese waltz. He is elegant for being so tall, and I think he's probably the most graceful male athlete that I can remember on the show, barring like Apollo Ono, or maybe the race car driver guy, Elio Castroneves. They ended up with a 22. Alright, Margaret Cho and Louis Van Amstel were after them, and they had their Viennese waltz. She was actually a pretty good dancer, and she tried to make her act funny, and I really wish they would have left out the funny, because I really would have liked to have seen what she could have done straight. A little bit too much crazy person stank face at the beginning, though. They ended up with a 15. Brandy and Maksim Chmerkovskiiy, Viennese waltz. Come on, you knew she was going to be good. But she wasn't as good as I expected that she was going to be. She had a little bit too high energy, I think. She needed to soften up her moves and just, let them happen. But they ended up with a 23. I think she's got a lot of potential. She's probably one of the best bets this season. And believe me, there are no standout talents this season. Not like last season where they had Nicole Scherzinger. She was amazing. These people, they're all mediocre at best. Bristol Palin up next. Everybody's been waiting for her. She's dancing with Mark Ballas, and they had a cha-cha. It was pretty much a train wreck, but there was a glimmer of hope here and there. I mean, it looks like she could be okay if she would just loosen up a little bit, but she was nervous as hell. Why wouldn't she be? Every time she breathes, she's written up in the tabloids. So if she could just loosen up a little bit. The judges were actually really kind to her, too. I can't believe she ended up with an 18. Florence Henderson, she is 76 years old. Is that all? They had to pull in Corky Ballas to dance with her because that's who they get for all the oldies. They had a cha-cha. They had to finally let her be on the show. For crying out loud, she's been camping out in that ballroom for like 5 years now. I don't think she's missed one show. She's got a bit of a potty mouth, though. She also tried to be really funny and show her abs off like the Situation. But I think I'm going blind in one eye now because I saw her scary white great-grandmother bra. It wasn't just an old lady bra. It was a great grandmother bra. And it wasn't great either. All right, so she was almost as good as Susan Lucci in her dance. She actually, I wish I could have given her a couple extra points when she told Len not to be boring, but they only ended up with an 18. Michael Bolton and Chelsie Hightower up next with their Viennese waltz. He actually looked like he was being tortured. I was surprised at how not good he was. Usually the singers do really well on this show, but he didn't do well. He ended up with a 16. All right, The Situation was up next with Karina Smirnoff. They did a cha-cha, and he only had 5 days to rehearse because his Jersey Shore season 2 just ended. So, now how do I say this kindly? It looked like he actually had 2 left feet. I mean, like he physically actually had 2 left feet. I don't know if he's like severely pigeon-toed or what, but his 80s dancing ain't gonna cut it on this show. Len said he's got the guns, but not the ammunition. Bruno said, you're a jackass if you keep carrying on like that. That was the best part of the show, seriously. He ended up with a 15. That was kind. All right, Jennifer Grey and Derek Huff up next. Viennese Waltz. She kind of freaked out during rehearsal. I mean, come on. Patrick Swayze, we lost him not too long ago, and it's, it's still fresh for her, so I can totally understand that. But she did really well. Patrick was smiling down on her, I'm sure. It just goes to show you, nobody puts baby in a corner. And Jamie Lee Curtis was in the audience. I guess they're pals. Jamie Lee, did you bring enough Activia for everyone in the audience? They ended up with a 24. David Hasselhoff and Kim Johnson closed the show with their cha-cha. They love him in Berlin, baby, which is probably the only place he's allowed to perform now. Oh, poor Kim. They danced to Sex Bomb, but it was more like just bomb. He is like a cartoon character, for crying out loud. He's mental. Does he even know where he is? It seems like there's this wall up and like Hasselhoff's on this side and we're all watching him on this side. It's weird. Anyhow, he ended up with a 15. So that was tonight's show. I have no idea who's going home. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say either Bristol Palin because people don't like her mom. And I'm sure that they were hoping that they'd catch a glimpse of her in the ballroom, but she was not there. Michael Bolton because he was just a stiff. The Situation because unless you're like a teenager and not too many people really know who he is, I would think. Or David Hasselhoff just because he's David Hasselhoff. So I guess we'll find out tomorrow night. And if you want to check out some commentary on the radio, check out WBAL in Baltimore. It's WBAL.com. And if you can't listen live at 8:30 in the morning, there will be a, hopefully, archive of my segment. So I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, much love.